Greetings. Here's giving gratitude to the universe for yet another beautiful day. Today what I want to address is essentially meant for the younger generation of today rather than everybody else, the older people, but it could apply to anybody. It's about making a career choice. Now, in times gone by, in my youth, did we have to make career choices? Yes, we did. And everybody in all generations have to make career choices. The career choices that I had to make were rather restricted and limited in my time. There were only those many opportunities. And therefore, it wasn't very difficult, yet we invariably just had the herd attitude and followed what was going on and what was being done by our parents, grandparents, and what they told us, etc. Today, we have a whole lot of opportunities out there. Name it and the opportunity is there, right? Yet, the youth, the youngsters of today are confused. What should I do? There's peer pressure, there's friends who are pressurizing you, there are your family who are pressurizing you. Everybody wants you to do something that they have not been able to do, or they have failed at doing, or they believe that that is going to make you the happiest because it gives you the maximum amount of money. Well, that is mistake number one. The way to go about choosing a career, in my opinion, is this is what I want to do or like to do, which is largely influenced and governed by the desire of having immense wealth. On the other hand, you could follow a path which is driven by your passion, your aptitude, if I may say so, right? And to me, the right way to go about doing things is following your passion. If you set about a target that I want to make so much money and make so much money, you might end up earning money, but not essentially living your life. There are again umpteen examples of successful people. They're not even high school. Forget about being graduates, they're not even high school. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm by no stretch of imagination advocating giving up school, not doing degrees. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm saying that these are people who focused on their passion. They did not go by parental pressure or anything. Whether it was during my generation, say for example on a sporting activity, and if I look at that, essentially Rod Laver, a superstar in tennis, Brian Lara of the West Indies, our very own Sachin Tendulkar, and now in the making, Mr. Virat Kohli. None of these guys are full-time graduates. They're not even, high secondary or SSC. There's nothing wrong with that, but look at them. They had a single-minded focus on their desires, their passion, their strengths, what they saw, and they went after it. You ask Brian Lara, you ask Sachin Tendulkar, you ask the Virat Kohlis of the world about cricket, and they will tell you how to hammer that ball till it just keeps flying over that boundary. Not having followed whatever. I mean, are they people who are prodigies, as we call? Do they have genetics that come in from, oh, my father was this, my grandfather was this, and they all look at it? I think, no. They had their own passion which they built. And look at them. The honors that they have got. The money that is unthinkable for the common man of today. If I may say, for most of us, I will go to the extent of saying as much as 85% of us. And this is a global phenomenon, not just something which is isolated to India, right? If you look at a lifespan of around, say, 80 years, the first 20 years of our life, we just are forced to get into education, learning, studying, thing. And all that studies that we do also, more often than not, is so irrelevant in what we choose to do. We taught about some historical stuff which is insignificant. It has got nothing to do with today's life. But it is there, it's coming on from one generation to another generation to another generation. Our education system just remains frozen and carries on the same way it is. So we spent the first 20 years of our life educating ourselves, only to find for the next 40 years we get into professions that we don't like, but we have to be there because we've been told you need to become, say, a doctor or an engineer or whatever else. And we become mediocres because we just are going on through the routine of earning a living, right? And then at the nice ripe old age of 60 and thereabouts, we say, okay, this is now retirement, let's live. My friend, there's no teeth left. Your legs and hands are weak. Now you're just worried about visiting doctors, sitting down on your rocking chair and stuff like that. Your time is gone. You have not lived a life. Why? Because we've been chasing the elusive. We haven't lived our lives. We haven't followed our passion. And how does one do that? Again, we are so fortunate, all of us. There's some people, for whatever, it's a different subject, but by virtue of the distance that is being created between parents and kids, even in a lockdown situation like this, where it's an ideal time to be able to discuss opportunities, possibilities, what do's and don'ts, and get elders' opinions and views on it. And then spend time to yourself. Lock yourself up in a room and think, what is it that I really want in life? Not what society thinks I want in life. You might have all the money in life. You might have all the cars there. You might have the status with all the flags and stars flashing around. But my friend, that's not life. That's not living. You haven't lived your life. You've existed. You've just gone on from one day to another doing something that you don't enjoy. You need to follow your passion. Because when you have the passion to do something, you will give it the complete energy, the complete focus that is required to make something successful. You start creating things for yourself. There are people who have born with a golden spoon. Is, my son was learning and things. A large majority of us, especially in India, do not have that luxury where parents are going to be doling out money for you only to make a mistake and say it was a learning experience. Never mind, move on from here. No, that's not the way to go. Your parents have strived, worked hard in their lives so that they can live a life. They can look after their own retirement. Not for you to be able to take money from them and build up your career, which is something where you don't have a direction for in any case. So if you have a passion, then follow it. Start small, however small it is. And it does not matter what it is. I have said this before. I have 3 sons of my own. And I have told them, it does not matter to me who you are. You want to become a cobbler, but be the best cobbler. You want to repair motorbikes, you want to repair cars, there's nothing wrong with that. Dignity of labor, but be the best in it. Create out things out of that. I can give you some fabulous examples of big successes coming on from my own father's time, but that's not for now. The point I'm making here, my friends, is about following your passion, following your dream, and being creative in what you do. Not having the herd effect and following just because your mom, your dad, or everybody else says that that is good for you. So find that passion and work on it, and you'll find there is a lot more fulfillment in life. You will turn out to be a lot more joyful and happy at the end of the day, having the money and enjoying the lifestyle that you want. Till next time, my friends, stay well, stay blessed. Namaste.